Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today I've got a video for you, unlike most of the videos you'll see on this channel. So the story begins 6 years ago. My mother died. Now, a few weeks back, my wife was in a thrift store about 20 miles from here, looking for old books like this one. She repurposes them. She does crafts with them, gives them a second life, whatever. So she's at this store, and when you walk into the store, they have a free pile. And this book was sitting in that free pile, and she was looking at it, how old it is, whatever, if she could make it work with her crafting. She said the book was calling to her, take me. And she didn't really at first think she could use it and struggled back and forth whether or not she wanted to take the free book. Eventually she did and threw it in her car, and that was the end of that. So was it last weekend or weekend before was Father's Day? She went out, cleaned out her car. The book was in there, brought it inside, and she noticed there was some paper sticking out of the side of it, like we have here. Let me get you in a little closer. So she flipped the book open and saw the papers in there, and we don't know what page these papers were on. That got lost. But immediately she noticed down on the bottom, I've got a piece of paper covering up our address, but our home address was right down here on both these pieces. And above it is Lamplighter Crafts and Gifts, which is the name of the craft business that my mom had. And there was a time back in 2002 when she was sending packages to our house. It just was easier on the post office to find us rather than to find her. So, wow, that's weird. What are the odds, 6 years later, finding these receipts in a book that we've never seen? I mean, me and my brother and my wife, we cleaned out the house. No one remembers ever seeing this book. I have no idea how it ended up at this thrift store or how these receipts ended up in it. So right away we're thinking this is some kind of a message. And looking through the book, it turns out that there's a sticker in here. Well, it's kind of a weird sticker, I guess, but it's got an A on it. Okay? Now, I should back up a little bit. This book is an exhaustive concordance of the Bible, which means it is a listing of all the words in the Bible in alphabetical order. And there's ways to easily reference different passages if you just know a few words or phrases. Again, never saw this book at Mom's house. I have no idea where this book came from. And I'm thinking, this is, I'm thinking maybe this is just a message from my mom saying Happy Father's Day, because it was found on Father's Day. And maybe that's all it is. I've been spending some time trying to make any of the numbers on here work with any of the numbers in here. All right? And I have probably not given it enough effort yet. I've got a couple hours into it and nothing's making sense. I saw this letter A and I thought, okay, we're going to go to the A's. And it's just like a dictionary here. So we get to A. See if you can see that or not. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Doesn't matter. We get to A. All right, so now we're on page A. The first numbers I see up here are date, 7/9. So I just scroll down, I find 7/9. Then thou shalt say unto, just gives a first set of words here from the phrase to fill up one line on this column. So it says, then thou shalt say unto. So I'm thinking, wow, she wants to say something. There's a message here. Tell you what, I can't make any of these other numbers line up with any of these other passages. So I don't know. I'm going to keep looking. A guy could force it to happen, but that's not going to work. I mean, I could manipulate those numbers to make it say anything I wanted it to say. And maybe there's a message in there, maybe there's not. I'm just taking it as a message that my mom wanted to say Happy Father's Day to me. So tell me what you think. Is this just an incredible coincidence? What are the odds? 6 years after the fact, my wife stumbles across this book in a store 20 miles from here with our address on a couple of receipts in the book. I'd say the odds are pretty crazy. Some might say that in a parallel universe, this all does line up and there is a message here. Whatever, you can believe what you want to believe. I believe it's just a Happy Father's Day message from my mom. So that's all I got for you on the mystery book. Thanks for watching. Later.